All right, guys, happy Friday. Welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. In today's live stream, we're going to talk about how I search up financial information, and it's going to be different for different sectors. You can't go about it the same way for each asset class. So if you're looking up information for real estate, if you're looking up information for stocks, crypto is going to be a little bit different, obviously, different websites and stuff like that. But I think overall, the method should be somewhat similar. Now, also, you probably want to break it down into free information and then paid information, and then kind of knowing when to when to pay for information and when free information is good enough. I think for the most part, free information is probably going to be 60 to 70% of the time. But then I think 30% should be paid information. I think everybody should be paying for some type of information, and specifically in the area that you want to invest in. So if I'm, going hard in real estate, I would expect that person to be paying for some type of course to get better, or and it doesn't have to be an ongoing thing, but I would suggest that at some point you pay for some type of information, right? So, and then ongoing, I think ongoing, like an ongoing subscription is good. So if you can find maybe like a real estate forum that maybe you get access to certain listings and stuff like that, I consider that information as well, because I know there's some websites. I'm not sure what they're called. If it's like the MLS listings and stuff like that. I don't know if you have to pay for that. I'm just giving a specific example. But for me, crypto, I pay for an ongoing service to help me with my recommendations or my investments, but they recommend them. And yeah, it helps. And I paid one time, but then there's like a maintenance fee. So it's like one of those ongoing things. But for the most part, uh, I think Yahoo Finance is pretty good. Just if you want free information, if you want to start off with free information, I think Yahoo Finance is pretty good. It gives you an overall overview of the whole market. So, this includes stocks, crypto, real estate, gold, commodities, and stuff like that. So it gives you an overall view of how those markets are doing. And then also, there has a news section to where you can go into and check out the news for that specific asset class. If you want to see maybe what's going on with interest rates, you can find that information on Yahoo Finance. If you want to see a specific stock price, or anything with it that recently happened to a specific stock, you can search that up on Yahoo Finance. So I think Yahoo Finance is a good starter. It's free. I know most of you like things that are free. I like things that are free too. But I think at some point that's kind of the downfall. I think of most people. I think most people want everything to be free, and that just can't be the case, because like I was saying in one of my other videos, uh, like a lot of the information that is going to get you to where you want to be financially is, I wouldn't say it's secret, but it's kept to small groups. And in order to get to those small groups, you have to pay a certain fee, whether that's being a part of a certain Discord channel, Facebook group, Telegram channel. I think YouTube offers a private channels as well, depending on what that YouTuber offers. But I think you should be paying for information, I think, all the time. But again, Yahoo Finance, I think it's the starter. I go there every morning. Not every morning, but every day. I wouldn't say every morning. It's not something I look at every morning, but it's kind of something that gives you an overall view. And let me share my screen so you can see, you know, if you guys haven't, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have been to Yahoo before, but just to show what it shows. And again, this is what popped up. I'm not for any political side. This is just what's on the website, right? All right, let me show my face because it's okay. Cool. Yes. So you go to Yahoo Finance, and it gives you an overall overview of what's going on in the finance space. And again, it could touch all types of sectors. It could touch the political sector because the political sector does affect how things are going to play out in the financial markets. Because whether you're Democrat, Republican, or whatever, each side votes for different things. Each side, are for certain causes and stuff like that. So if one side's pro crypto, let's just say, and that the candidate that's pro crypto is going to get in office or has a good chance of getting in office, that might be a bullish catalyst for the crypto market. I'm not saying to go vote for this person, that person. I'm just giving an example, right? Or you might have a candidate that wants really, really low interest rates, and they don't really have effect or control over interest rates. I'm just giving another example, but they may, right? I think we're going to see a rate cut here in September, and it's going to, a lot of people are saying that, it's not a coincidence that the rate cut is coming 2 to 3 months before an election. You hear Jerome Powell; he's talking about how we're not worried about the election, or we don't make decisions based on the election. But it just so happens that every time they make changes to the interest rates, it's always 3 to 2 months before an election, or right after an election, or during an election. It would make sense if if they made the rate cuts or rate hikes, nowhere near an election. They've done it before. Like they raised interest rates all last year, right? But we're talking about pleasing the crowd. When it comes to pleasing the people like when interest rates are cut. So usually when they cut interest rates, it's closer to that election time. But yeah, I say all that to say, when you open up Yahoo Finance, you're going to see a bunch of information, the latest financial information, and it's a good source to get free financial information. You don't have to pay for this, right? And it's an easy way to stay up with the market. If you look at this, right, obviously you have the campaign political stuff, but if you look over to the right, it says regulators, Bank of America, Citi, Goldman, JP have weaknesses in living wills. All right, so that's the first thing. So again, those are pretty big financial institutions. Is that going to have any effect on the market? And it shows you below, like, how some of those stocks are doing. I don't know, BAC. I'm not sure if that's a certain stock, but let's see if we click it. Oh. Bank of America. Okay. So that actually is pretty cool, right? So again, this is it says weaknesses Bank of America, Citi, and Goldman in JP, and then it shows, okay, Bank of America stock is down 1.2%. Is that related to that? You got to make that decision, but it's good information nonetheless. Shows you news, and then shows you one of the stocks that are in that article, and it shows that it's going down. Then the next one says Boeing may avoid criminal charges over violations. All right, that may be bullish for Boeing if you're in the aero space, right? Uh, 3, Under Armour to pay 434 million to settle a lawsuit over sales. If you have Under Armour stock and it went down, that may be a reason. They just forked over $434 million in their lawsuit. So again, it's just a good way to keep up with the market, and it's free. Um, and I think it's a good start. Also, too, you can go into the specifics. Let's just take a stock here, Nvidia. You could put any ticker symbol in and look at the chart, right? How's Nvidia doing? It looks like it's doing really good, right? AI is popping off, so the chart looks good. But again, down here you get information on the stock, you get the market cap, you get the previous close, you get the beta, the PE ratio, earnings per share, and things like that. And if you don't know what this stuff means, it's just easy. So again, this is how you search for information. It's kind of like what the point of college was. They taught you how to learn, and you can take that skill and learn anywhere. If I don't know what the beta is, 5-year monthly, I will copy and paste that, throw it into Google, and figure out what the beta is. It's pretty simple. Some people, let's go back here. Some people, like, you almost gotta feed them everything. Like, you have to sometimes, some people you have to hold their hand for everything. And if you want to make some real money, you're gonna have to let that go. People are not gonna have to hold your hand. But it's good to, but that's why you whether it's a channel like mine or somebody else's channel where they show you, like, okay, this is where you could get the information. But again, that Yahoo Finance is not going to give you everything. Like we saw below, it showed the market cap, it showed the beta. You might know what market cap is, or you might not know what market cap is, but you may not know what the beta is. So that's when you have to dig deeper and ask more questions and say, okay, this is something I don't know. Let me go search it up, right? And it's a simple copy and paste. I actually would recommend that you guys download some type of, it doesn't have to be Chat GPT, but I have Chat GPT on my phone, and you could basically ask it anything. So if you go to a website, you don't know what something is, you could just ask and then become informed on that specific thing. The one thing you don't want to do is stay in the unknown, like not know what something is after you just read it. It's good to, if you read something and you say, okay, I don't know what this means, let me go search it up now, so that way I don't lose that train of thought, and I can figure out what this article or what this chart is trying to say. So yeah, Yahoo Finance is one of the ones that I use every day. It's just easier. It's not easier. It's just free, and it's pretty easy to navigate through too. So I would recommend start with that each morning. Not each morning, but each day, throughout the day. Maybe you just take a quick 5-minute look to see, okay, what's going on. And I'll usually be talking about something about the interest rates, or right now, a lot of the stuff has to do with NVIDIA because of AI. So you'll usually typically see something about that, but it'll always come out with something new. As you saw, we saw something about Under Armour. We saw something about Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, and things like that. Now, that is where I think you should start, but then you must go deeper. So let's say Yahoo Finance gives you the overall view of everything. Now you have an idea of what's going on in the market, but let's say you have a position in NVIDIA. Let's actually go to a different one. Let's use crypto, because I think there's a lot more to offer right there as far as we could do both. We could give an example of both. So let's just say you are invested in Ethereum and you want to learn more than what Yahoo Finance has to offer. Well, in crypto, there's many places where you could get that information. One, Ethereum Foundation, I believe they do have a YouTube channel. So there you can be subscribed to the YouTube channel. So when they come out with new videos, you will be the first one to see those videos. You'll get the notification and you could stay up to date on what's going on with the project. As an investor, you need to stay up to date on what's going on with your project, what's going on with the stock. And okay, Ethereum has the YouTube channel. I'm subscribed to the YouTube channel. And now every time they come out with a video, I'm going to stay up to date and watch that video and know what's going on with that investment. So that's one. Two, Discord. For crypto, there's almost a Discord for every project. So if I'm invested in Ethereum, I should be part of the Discord channel. Again, there you get notifications when they have updates. And typically, so again, we went from Yahoo Finance. It gives you an overall view. It doesn't really give you so much detail, to YouTube, where you went very specific. Maybe on Yahoo, you could see the price of Ethereum and just see like, okay, it's up or down. Maybe they have a news article here or there. But then you go to the YouTube channel and then there's a new video that comes out from some of the developers and they're talking about something that happened with the software. And now you could get into a little more detail about what the problem is or why the price is falling. Okay? So that's going to get you more specific than what Yahoo gave you, and you're just going in layers. All right. And then, okay, so you have that, and then you have the Discord, where now you have a community of people that are also invested in the project. YouTube, you might have people that are invested in the project, but I think Discord is where YouTube, you might just get casual viewers. You might not get everybody there in the comment section, but then on Discord, you actually have a community of people that are interested in the project, people that are working on the project, and you could get a kind of a sentiment of how things are moving. And essentially, all these things that you're subscribed to, and Yahoo Finance, you don't need to be subscribed to, but all these channels that you're tuning into, they can help you make a better investment decision. So that's how I would do it. I would start with a platform like Yahoo Finance that just gives you the overall overview of what's going on for the day, for the week, or whatever it is. And then for your specific investments, go into specific channels, a YouTube channel, a specific Discord. And then from there, you may get into a specific Telegram channel where maybe a few people from the project or the stock are going to talk about current developments and things like that. Another good place to look at is the companies or assets website. You could do this for stocks or crypto, and you can go to their website and see. They usually have like a news section where they tell you like updated stuff. Now, from my experience, websites don't get as updated as quickly as like a YouTube, because a lot of the times for projects in stocks and in companies, they like to go live when something's like breaking news, or they like to break the news on YouTube. So sometimes the website is not the most up to date, but it's still good to go and see what is the most up to date news on the website, and then you could compare that to other sources and say, okay, this website's stuck here, but I got more information here, so I know that at least the project's moving along, or this is the update for that specific problem or whatever is going on with the company and stuff. So yeah, the website is very good. I would recommend you go into the company's website or whatever crypto website to see, okay, are there any updates on here? And typically if it's a good project, they do keep it up to date. So where you could see, okay, this is what's going on. I was keeping up with one of the crypto projects called Stacks. It's the layer 2 on Bitcoin, and they were pushing back a software update. It's a big software update called Nakamoto, and their update on that. I think if after they announced it. Oh, so that this is actually a good example. So the update, it was a huge delay in a software update to the whole protocol. But I got that information on Twitter. So actually Twitter, I would recommend Twitter too as a place where you could get really good financial information first. Because a lot of the times the people that run the project, the people that run those companies will break stuff on Twitter first. Twitter is just one of I've been noticing that real like lately, like Twitter is one of those places where people from the project just go and say stuff before they post anything on the website. You would think on the official website would be the first place they break the news, but no, it's Twitter because it's easy. You just throw out a tweet and stuff like that. So for this specific scenario, the founder of the project has said, "Hey, this is disappointing that we had to push this back, blah blah blah." And then there was an announcement on the website where they gave a whole detailed explanation. That's typically what they do. They'll push it out on a big platform like Twitter, and then give you the details on the stuff on the website. But yeah, I they call it alpha, which is basically like leaked information or up to date information that nobody really knows about yet. So I think Twitter is a good place to get that alpha, and it'll keep you up to date because I've gotten information on certain projects and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to pivot here. I'm going to move on to something different because I got this information pretty quickly, and it'll help you make decisions because if you can see like, okay, this project just keeps delaying, and then you're also in the Discord, you don't really like the community, or you don't really like how things are moving forward, or people are really not saying good things about the project, you could pivot because you have that information first. But if you're not looking up information, then you'll just be sitting there holding the bags. So yeah, I I I think Twitter. I've actually been sleeping on Twitter. I could admit Twitter is actually. I don't know what it was before. I just didn't like the um the interface. Like I don't know, like 2 3 years ago, I just felt it like I guess I didn't understand the whole tweet stuff. And I don't know if they changed it since, but ever since it changed to X, I feel like I've liked it a lot better. But I was never on Twitter like that. I was always like on Instagram. But Instagram, you don't really get that information like they push out information that you would be. And I guess it could be too that on my Twitter, I'm solely following finance stuff. Like my Instagram is more personal, and that's another tip too. Like if you want to get a lot of stuff feeding to your wall that you're interested in. So if you're interested in real estate, homes, and all this stuff, follow people that do that, or you're interested in, or that are experts in that space. Follow a bunch of those people, and that's what's gonna pop up on your wall. So that's why I'm getting all that information. I get a whole bunch of crypto information, finance information, interest rate information on Twitter because that's what I'm following. I don't think I follow anybody else on Twitter. It might be like a few people. I don't follow much. I think I only follow like 30 people, but most of those people are like finance or they're in the crypto space. So my feed is just filled with just crypto stuff and finance stuff and stocks and things like that. So that way, when I look at it, it's almost like specific, it's like Yahoo Finance, but it's on steroids because it's specifically drilling down to the stuff that I'm interested in or that I'm invested in. And obviously, the stuff that I'm following, most likely I'm invested in something in somewhat near that space. So yeah, I've been sleeping on Twitter. I could admit I love Twitter now, and it's called X, but I think they keep the handle too. But yeah, Twitter and X are really good sources to get financial information, especially if you're following the right people. They'll break news to you real early, and you can take advantage of that and make adjustments in your portfolio, whether it's adding, cutting back, getting rid of a whole project altogether because you found out some information before everybody else and you were able to make a move. So yeah, I think those. So if I had to give a list, it would be Twitter number one. I know I mentioned Yahoo Finance, but Yahoo Finance is kind of overall. Twitter number one, Yahoo Finance, Discord channel for that specific project because Discord is really specific. So if you're doing a certain project, I'm not sure if they have it for stocks. They may have. It may not be. So for crypto, it's actually the project Discord. So like Ethereum has its own Discord. Dogecoin probably has its own Discord. It's actual Discord for the project. For stocks, it might be a Discord for the stock, but it's created by individuals that are interested in the stock and they may be talking about it. So, and that still brings value too. You can go into a Discord channel that a group made, and if they're talking about a specific stock, why not join it? Because they're going to be keeping up with the project. So they may have found some information that you may not be privy to, and you could get access to that information if you're in that Discord channel. So yeah, Discord, Yahoo Finance, and this is no order. I'm just saying Twitter, YouTube, Telegram, and and those are all free. And then obviously, like I said, paid information. If you really want to get ahead, I think you should pay for a course. And this is just gonna what you need to do here is just make sure you are looking up or getting information from the right person, a reputable person. And this is gonna take some time. I've been subscribed to people that later on I found out they were doing some shady stuff, and it's just gonna take some time to find the right people. Even though you'll get recommendations once you get inside the course, you'll figure out if these people are legit. So I don't. That's why I don't really push. I mentioned one on my channel before, and that one turned out to be it helped me out, but it turned out to be that some people were doing some fishy stuff. But overall, I did get a lot of value from it, so I didn't really care about that. But that actually ended up shutting down, so I moved to another one. But yeah, I don't like mentioning them because for the paid stuff, I like people to go out and do their own research and subscribe to their own stuff because I don't want them to be like, oh, well, he said to subscribe to this. No, do your own research and subscribe to whatever newsletter you want to subscribe to and get the information that you feel fits you the best. But yeah, I think if you're in real estate, if you're in crypto, if you're in stocks, whatever you're in, pay for some type of course. At least $100 to $200 a year on something you could pay for that'll get you information that everybody else that doesn't have access to, and I think it'll put you ahead of most people. Okay, all right. That's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about today. You guys take care, and I'll see you Monday.